Welcome to 5 Round MMA, episode number 24. Cinco De Mayo has come and passed, and in honor of the holiday, we count on the top Mexican mixed martial artists in history. And on top of that, we also have an interview with UFC lightweight Mike Rio. Please welcome Alex Ramirez and Albert Cita.
Thank you very much. I appreciate Gilbert Melendez for an awesome introduction. How was your Cinco De Mayo, Albert? You survived?
I'm still recovering.
Yeah, it should be interesting. We got I think a nice little countdown.
And then we got Mike Rio, who's going to fight in the May 18th fight card.
UFC on FX8 should be a great interview. Can't wait for that. As for right now, we got the latest news and headlines. What do you got, Guillermo?
I got Chael's son is seriously trying to purchase the WWE following retirement.
Wait, what?
I know for a fact this is not real because...
Does he have a serious bid in there? His silent partner?
Yeah, because I looked up how much WWE costs, and it's too much up there for him to purchase. And Vince isn't selling because Triple H just bought.
Oh, yeah, it's a $1 billion company.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So then, for second news, we got Diego Sanchez saw a lot of holes in Benson Henderson's technique. What do you guys think?
So,
Diego Sanchez?
I'm not sure what holes he saw because...
Is that like a shot at Benson Henderson?
Yeah, I think he's setting up to face him in the near future.
In Diego's defense, Benson Henderson has always been acceptable to the takedown.
Yeah.
Gilbert Melendez showed that in the first round. And if anything, that's probably what he's talking about since Diego Sanchez is an accomplished wrestler. Not only is he a wrestler, he is the most effective wrestler in his weight class as far as like getting takedowns and keeping them down there.
But like, I want to see Benson Henderson has the little things where you hit him and it comes back up again. You can take him down, but he's up like that.
Yeah.
So like he is successful takedown, but he's just so good at coming back up that it's not really a big deal.
I'm pretty sure that's the holes he's talking about.
Yeah, but Diego, I think one fight at a time, Diego.
Yeah.
One fight at a time.
Let's get one out of the way.
One more win in there, then we'll see. Yeah. Come on, Diego.
So our boy Lorenz Larkin still feels he beat your
and I feel the same way. Literally, the podcast of that fight week, I said it. Yeah. It was probably one of the most ridiculous decisions I have ever seen in MMA. Because how can Francis Cormor win when he didn't do anything on the ground? It was pretty much the Miguel Torres Mighty Mouse fight all over again. Yeah. How is it the busier fighter on the ground not win the fight? I mean, if the top guys just lay on you and you're there doing more damage, working more off the guard, it makes no sense to me.
It's delay and pray.
Larkin's been out doing a lot of interviews lately too. I'm glad people are giving him the attention he deserves. Superstar in the making, I think, and that one was a fluke loss, I think. So I'm pretty sure the next fight ain't going to no decision. I think Larkin, he knows where he needs to be and he knows where he should be. Yeah, good for him getting well-deserved attention, man.
Yeah. And that's it for today on news.
All right, so stick around, guys. We have an interview with Mike Rio. Stick around, should be a good one.
All right, everybody, don't miss a beat. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at 5RoundMMA, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and always check out the website, 5RoundMMA.com. 5RoundMMA is brought to you by SportsSceneTV.net. Get your prep sports fix at SportsSceneTV.net. 5RoundMMA is brought to you by True Athletes Training Systems. Unlock your inner athlete at TrueAthletes.com.
In this corner, we have Mike Rio.
Hey, Mike, Alex Ramirez here. I just want to thank you, first of all, for taking the time to talk to us, man.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Anytime.
Cool. You have a fight coming up on UFC on FX8 on May 18th. Can you talk about the training camp? How's it going so far?
Yeah, it should be May 18th in Brazil against Francisco Trinaldo, who was on the Ultimate Fighter Brazil show. And I've been training really, really hard for this one. I mean, I know for a fact he's super strong. I mean, he's like 5'8", but he's like super strong, super big for his weight class. He's fought at 185 before, from what I understand.
Wow. And
he's just like a super explosive, strong guy. Like, if anybody that knows him, they call him the Hector Lombard of the lightweight division. So you know who Hector Lombard is?
Yeah.
Well,
be ready. I'm training for a guy who's gonna come at me 100%.
And sticking to that, you said he was strong. He was the Hector Lombard of the division. What holes do you see in his game that you could probably explore?
Excuse me?
You said he was a strong opponent. Whatever. Do you see holes in his game?
I can barely hear you.
Do you see any like opportunities open up as far as his fighting style?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not going to go over the specifics of what we've been training on, but you know, usually when someone is that aggressive, that means they overcommit to things, and when you overcommit to stuff, you leave yourself open. So, I got to play the game for him.
Yeah, this card is actually taking place in Brazil. I think the first time you're fighting out of the country, is there like a different type of mental preparation for having to fight out of the country?
Well, the biggest thing I'm gonna have to not worry about, but the biggest thing I'm gonna have to get through is the situation where this is the first time I'm gonna be booed. Yeah. I'm going to be going into his backyard, so I'm automatically going to become the enemy. I'm not going to become. To them, at the moment, I'm going to be the enemy because I'm fighting one of their hometown guys, and I just gotta, keep my head on straight for that. And then the other stuff, just every fighter has like a little routine they do for losing weight and this, that, and the other. This is Brazil. I don't know if they have any like LA Fitnesses or valleys where I can actually use a sauna and do my normal thing of how I lose weight. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna have to do to lose the weight there. I'm pretty sure they have like spas that are gonna have it that where I can use the sauna and stuff like that. And the absolute biggest thing is I love eating right after the weigh-in. I love eating. The first thing I love to eat is Olive Garden. And I'm pretty sure
oh wow! And go trying to find Olive Garden in Brazil. You never know, man.
I hope they have an Olive Garden big time.
Yeah. And then one of my biggest comic book heroes is actually Wolverine, which is your nickname. In the Ultimate Fighter, you suffered 2 broken ribs and still got through that. Can you explain a little bit more about where you got your nickname and how it pertains to you as a fighter?
Well, how the nickname started was, before it started, wrestled all through high school, wrestled all through college, and it's illegal to have, according to the rules of wrestling, it's not in college wrestling, high school wrestling, you're not allowed to have any facial hair except for like a mustache, and your hair, and your normal hair is not allowed to be longer than your earlobe.
Okay.
That's like the back of your head, you know what I mean? So after I got done with college wrestling, I pretty much had the same look since I started wrestling, that little fade with no facial hair. Pretty much since I started wrestling. So the second I quit, the second I was done with wrestling, I was like, you know what? I'm letting my hair grow like crazy style. And it got so long. Yeah, it got so long that people just started calling me Wolverine, and I was like called Wolverine forever. And then it got so long that people started calling me. It got even longer. People started calling me Jesus. I don't want to mess with that one, so I cut it back to like Wolverine length, and it pretty much stuck ever since.
Wow. And sticking with your wrestling career, you're a champion on every level, high school, junior college. But you also, in your fights, you finish, you submit guys, you TKO them. I mean, can you speak about how hard you've worked on your all-around MMA game just to be the best fighter you can be?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think I've been wrestling. I'm a 2-time high school state champ and a 3-time college national champ. I've been around the block when it comes to wrestling. So now in the mixed martial arts world, the goal is to fill my MMA pie chart, so to say. So I'm trying my best to become as good a striker as possible. I'm trying my best to make my jiu-jitsu as slick as possible. So when I go in there, I'm not just a one-dimensional fighter. I can go in there and either get a submission of the night or get a knockout of the night or be able to go toe-to-toe with a guy the entire 3 rounds and get fight of the night. So that's the goal, to get so much, to evolve. You got to constantly evolve and to get better. And that's my goal, just to get better and better in every aspect of the game.
And then last question. I know you're a strong advocate for autism awareness. So are we. We usually go to the yearly autism walk here in Pasadena. Can you just talk about that real quick, like as far as the charities and the platform you have on UFC as far as getting the awareness out there?
Well, I'm actively one of the spokespersons for Autism Speaks down here in South Florida. Mm-hmm. And the main reason why I got into it so much is because my little brother is autistic. And, you can't really beat autism. But to me, he beat autism by graduating high school and getting a full ride to college. Yeah. That to me, he beat it. I'm sorry. Yeah. He beat autism to me. Yeah. So he talked to me one day, and I was, everybody's in the social media, and everybody who's a public figure always looks to promote and trying to find a way to promote. And I was like, you know what? I want to make those cool wristbands like Lance Armstrong. So everybody wears them, and they're easy to put on. You can wear them with anything. Mm-hmm. And then my little brother looked at me and goes, "Oh, why don't you donate the money?" I was like, "Donate the money?" He's like, "Yeah, donate the money to autism." I was like, "You know what? That's a fantastic idea." And ever since he suggested that, 100%. I mean, I don't sell the wristbands. It's whatever somebody wants to donate. I'll give them wristbands, and 100% of the donation I donate to us.
Oh, well, so can you tell us where we can get the wristbands at? Tell the people out there where we can get in contact with you to order some wristbands.
Oh, yeah. If anybody wants to get in contact with me for anything, literally for anything, whether it's wristbands or losing weight tips or training tips or how you want to start MMA or whatever, you can either look me up on Facebook, message me, which is Mike Rio Easy, Mike Rio, or Twitter, Mike Rio MMA, or you could just plain old email me, Rio versus the world at live.com, and the versus is a VS.
Okay, all right, Mike, we'll let you go. Thank you very much for taking the time out to interview us. Good luck on your fight on May 18th, UFC on FX8. Thank you very much.
Hey, Mike, and we also want to invite you over here to True Athlete System. If you're ever in California, we'd be happy to have you here and train. It's a strength and conditioning gym, so we're just sending that invitation out to you too.
Awesome. If I'm ever in California, probably will be in California hopefully soon, so definitely hit you guys up.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah. Bye.
If you're an MMA fanatic, make sure you're wearing the proper MMA gear. The Madhouse clothing line, MMA all day. Go shop, themadhouse.com.
Cinco de Mayo has passed. Now we're going to do a countdown on the top Mexican mixed martial artists.
Yeah, I thought we had a little fun this week. Downtime from UFC events, MMA events, Bellator's on break. So we thought, in the spirit of the holiday, Mexico's most famous holiday, not just the most important holiday, but the most famous holiday, we count down the top UFC MMA fighters in the history of MMA.
And I don't know if our viewers can tell, but we are of Hispanic descent.
If you're watching the podcast, listen to us.
So we thought it was...
We're a little kind of experts in this kind of field.
Yeah. Even though I think this might be your most heated debate.
Actually, yeah, I think so. So we polled all the staff members to come up with their own top 15 lists, and it's from there we did like first place vote, second place vote, stuff like that.
I just have a little bone to pick because none of us knew exactly how we were voting on this.
Okay.
So we didn't know if it was the Mexican heritage or the record, what they accomplished in the UFC.
So
that's what created.
Are you arguing like the most Mexican you are, the more Mexican, the more you should be on the list?
Mexican, yeah, I didn't know if that's how we were measuring.
Because I did measure something like that.
Okay.
And me, it was more on accomplishments.
Well, a little bit of both, I think, right?
Yeah, I mixed the pot.
Yeah, so did I.
And then when the ingredients came out, I just put whatever tastes better on top.
No, it's like you're making refried beans. I got to fry them twice to see what you get.
The proof is in the pudding.
Pretty much. I was making pudding all day.
Or the flan, right?
The flan.
And for the proof is in the flan, right?
So let's
top 15.
So let's start from the bottom. We got number 15, Buentello,
the headhunter. Number 15, he cracked the top 15.
And the reason he cracked it, because everyone cracked his head during his career.
Hey, no, he did fight for the UFC and Strikeforce heavyweight title.
I think he was more known for his big punishment that he took.
Yeah, he got a couple of good knockouts back in there, but he did fight for. He was fighting for the heavyweight title long before Cain did, so maybe he deserves some little.
He's not Cain though,
and that's why he's 15.
Yeah, that's why he's 15. He did accomplish a lot more than people would expect.
Yeah, there's no disagreement.
He's the cilantro of the menudo. You know, you don't really taste it, but you need it.
Yeah,
so he's
you don't know why it's there, but it's there.
So number 14, we got Ricco Rodriguez.
Ricco Rodriguez, half Puerto Rican, half Mexican. Been around for a long time, right?
Yeah, and the reason he's half is the reason why he's 14th. He would have been a little bit higher, but since he's half, he got dropped.
Former UFC
he's
champion?
a former UFC champion. He's still fighting to this day. He has a mixed record right now.
49 wins and like 20 losses.
Yeah, so he wins some, he loses some. So he kind
one of the early UFC, MMA guys. He's fought in Pride, Elite XC, all of them. Bellator, fought in Bellator, fought in Affliction. So. I mean, he's journeyman, accomplished, I think, a lot. So,
and next we have our good friend Leonard Garcia.
Yeah.
Well, his fighting style is what put him even in this list. I mean,
the bad boy.
He is probably the most exciting Mexican fighter.
Yeah, I think he's one
in our list. But the only reason he's at 13 is sadly is because he has never really went to championship caliber. But the fact that he fights the way he fights is the reason he's on the list.
Combined total, he's won in WEC and UFC. I think about like 6 Fight of the Night awards.
Yeah, which
so he brings
that alone is impressive.
Yeah, it kind of brings out the Mexican,
the heart.
The next person we have Nate Diaz at number 12.
Nate Diaz.
I put him at number 15. I don't know why. 15? I don't know what happened here. But yeah, he did win the Ultimate Fighter, and it was actually a pretty stacked Ultimate Fighter. They had Joe Law's on it, Greg Maynard is on it. So even though I dislike the guy, he has accomplished a lot. Yeah, technically he is the gatekeeper to his division.
Oh god! So we're taking a shot in there. I could that last jab in.
Didn't you say last podcast Jim Miller was that gatekeeper?
Yeah, but now it's Nate Diaz.
Changes every week.
Yeah, and he has fought for the title, so
yeah.
So number 11, we have Erik Perez.
Erik Perez.
Well, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life that we put him so low. First of all, he is the only Mexican-born Mexican-born fighter in the UFC, which I think is a milestone and should deserve to be on top. Because when people look in the history book, his name's going to come up first.
Yeah, and he's definitely
you're not gonna with the people that were in the list after him are not going to come up first on the list because Erik Perez was the first.
Well, do you think maybe he's so low on the list because his story is still being written?
Yeah, well, that's true too. But I still think he should be up there.
We could do this list 3 years from now. He could be on the top 10. Just right now,
he could be number 1.
Yeah. So I mean, I think right now,
I just think just because of the significance of him, that nobody else on this list can say what his already says.
Yeah.
And for that reason alone, should already be in the top 5.
Yeah, but that's not. I don't think everybody thought that when we were ranking him. I think we put him down below because, like Alex said, his story is still being written.
Yeah.
So he hasn't stirred the fun right.
You're thinking ahead right now.
He's also very proud of where he's from. He wears the Lucha Libre mask. So I think his story is still being written. I think great things for Erik Perez coming up in the future, I think.
So number 10, we have Nick Diaz.
Number 10, the Diaz brother cracked the
this
top 10.
This is, I don't know. I mean, other than being the Strikeforce champion, I mean, I guess you guys can talk why he should be on this.
Strikeforce champion, WEC champion, IFC champion, IFL champion. I mean, been around forever. Grosses how much money?
He has a losing record right now. He's in a losing
UFC,
streak. I don't know.
He beat our boy BJ Penn. I mean, he has good accomplishments.
I mean, you talk about Mexican heritage of comic sports, boxing, right?
Yeah.
What is Nick Diaz known for?
It's boxing.
He brings the boxing aspect to MMA far better than anybody else.
I guess I can take number 10.
He's in the top 10.
Imagine your boy Nick Diaz versus Mayweather.
Oh, Diaz got to. No, wait, whoa. But they're in 2 different weight classes, though. Obviously, he's going to win. He's the bigger fighter.
We're the
true colors come out.
Get to the good meat of the bulls. The carne asada now.
Number 9, we have Efrian Escudero.
That's going to Ultimate 8, right?
Yeah. Sadly, he's already been cut from the UFC twice.
He was on a chair, and then all of a sudden.
But he has notable wins. If you go look at his record, he was the first Mexican heritage Ultimate Fighter winner. Even though I think Erik Perez should be right there, but yeah. Hopefully he makes his 3rd run again in UFC, gets a couple more wins.
Yeah, he's still active, still fighting, so still getting back in there. I think he will hopefully be back in the UFC.
Number 8, we have Tito Ortiz. He started the Mexican flags coming out.
Yeah, but how many Spanish interviews have you heard him do?
Now we're kind of getting into is this significant culturally what he's doing, or is it in the octagon?
Just because you rock the Mexican flag doesn't mean you're Mexican.
Yeah, but he also
can't even speak Spanish.
True, but he came out showing his pride, though.
You don't have to speak Spanish to be from Mexican heritage.
But he's tied with John Jones as
5 title defenses.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the opponents he beat and everybody, it was a weak time. He fought weak fighters. He's not impressive at all. I mean, he ended his record just like Chuck Liddell, losing 5 times in a row. I could care less about Tito Ortiz. I don't care about Tito. Tito should have been over there with the headhunter. So
wow.
I don't even know why he's up there.
One of the first guys, UFC Hall of Famers.
I can care less.
It was Randy, Chuck, and Tito, wasn't it?
Yeah, he fought a bunch of nobodies. He beat a bunch of nobodies. Okay.
Tito, for the job he did, I think.
Number 7, we got Roger Huerta.
Roger Huerta, first.
I think that's all Albert. I think
Albert stuffed the ballot boxes.
Yeah.
Listen. The guy made Sports Illustrated.
First MMA.
Fighter Twin Sports Illustrated. And he was a Mexican. Mexican heritage to be in that cover. That's so big to get that exposure. Not only for his industry, for his heritage as well. So that's why he needs to be up there, because he is the poster boy for everybody. I mean, was, yeah, because until he lost his head.
So basically, Albert, he's a Ryan Gosling of mixed martial arts for you.
Speaking of Roger Huerta, I also watching Tekken the other week.
Man, that was the worst decision he ever made in his life. That's the reason where he's at is because of that. Because
the Tekken movie.
He sacrificed his career to make this Tekken movie. It stunk. It was horrible. The kid, I mean, I don't know who his manager is, but
now he's off in
did a horrible job.
Right? Yeah. So hopefully he can bounce back. I think he tried to go in Bellator. Got a couple wins.
He has the look
losses.
To come back.
Somebody always give him a shot.
You're hoping he comes back. Number 6, we got Miguel Ángel Torres.
Number 6, Miguel Ángel Torres.
Yeah, and even though he has a rocky record right now, he has done something that I think no other fighter can accomplish, which is go undefeated for 45 fights.
This is almost like 7 years undefeated. Right? He won 15 in a row.
WC.
40-6 his record is. I mean, those 6 losses have come recently.
And before Leonard Garcia fought the way he's fought, Miguel Torres was already fighting like that. I mean, that guy used to throw down. I mean, if you've seen the most recent fights of Miguel Torres, that's not Miguel Torres.
Yeah.
Go back to WC days, the kid, he got down.
Like you said something, who almost brought the boxing back into the boxing aspect into MMA, the heart that Mexican fighter shows. And I think he was rocking, like after Tito, it was Miguel Torres carrying that flag for us. So I think he has to be well deserved at least in the top 10. I think.
Then we have number 5, Carlos Condit.
Carlos Condit, you think he's half Mexican, half German, lost up in there, but all warrior, I think, right?
Yeah. No, I think no one can disagree with Carlos's talent. You could probably disagree with his heritage, but as talent-wise, he is a top 5.
The last WEC welterweight champion, former interim UFC welterweight champion,
and the guy took every punch Johnny Hendricks gave him. So
tough dude, man. Shows that heart.
Yeah, the Mexican heart. Number 4, Gilbert Melendez.
The same thing.
I mean. 5.
I hate who he rolls with, but you cannot deny his talent. I mean,
El Nino.
Yeah, he was the champion for how long at Strikeforce?
About 4 years undefeated.
Yep. I mean, the proof is in the flying. the kid has talent.
His battles with Josh Thompson alone, he's willing to stand up and bang. So.
I'm pretty sure Alex is not okay with this one. Number 3, Dominick Cruz.
What do you mean, Dominick Cruz? I'm perfectly fine with that. Dominick Cruz, probably the most dominant bantamweight champion UFC has ever seen, because he's the only bantamweight champion UFC's ever seen. Well, that and Henry Brown, but he's obviously
technically still interim.
Yeah, interim. So he's on the shelf for about 2 years now with the knee injury, but. He's, I think, on a roll, I think, right now.
I never heard him speak Spanish, so.
Come on. Check his Twitter. He has a portrait of himself, Mexican-American flag. Dominick Cruz, he's proud of it.
Yeah.
She's a champion, WEC, UFC champion.
So number 2, this goes out to our good friend Jason Hendricks, the Irish-Cuban man. Number 2 is Diego Sanchez.
Number 2 on the list.
And, Diego Sanchez, well, I should take back the Efrian Escudero comment, because he was the first
person ever,
because it was in the first Ultimate Fighter. He kind of gets overlooked because of the whole Forrest Griffin thing.
He was first on that card, and
he was on a tear, and technically, to me, he was still undefeated. I mean, he had 2 staph infections when he lost to Josh Koscheck, which I still think he won that fight. I think he won the fight against John Fitch as well. I mean, the guy was fighting out of his weight class. He won. The Ultimate Fighter he won was at 185, so he wasn't on his fight. And he steamed.
Go watch the official Ultimate Fighter.
It was not a competition for him.
He steamrolled that whole thing, everything.
Well, just look at his first 5 fights in UFC. Same thing. It was no competition. This kid, I mean, literally the sky was the limit. It just so happened
personal troubles.
Personal demons. Yeah. He bounced back and forth as far as weight. Yeah. He never
he left Greg Jackson's camp.
Yeah, and then he kind of went through a weird training. And
now he's back with Greg Jackson, back in where he started out.
And hopefully he does this last run, good run, and hopefully ends at the title, because he does deserve it.
He already won Spencer Henderson, so
no, and I agree. He's 2 fights away from it, but
Diego, one fight at a time.
One fight at a time.
And our number 1.
Who's number 1 now?
Oh man,
hands down.
Hands down.
Unanimous.
It was unanimous by everybody. Number 1, Cain Velasquez.
I don't know what more you can say.
2-time heavyweight champion, the first ever person of Mexican heritage to win a heavyweight title, because you know that us Mexicans come compact sizes, though.
Yeah. The baddest man in the planet.
Baddest man in the planet, and he's the baddest Mexican.
But I think not only his actions inside the ring, but his actions outside of it. He's more than willing to go out there, be one of
and he does Spanish interviews. He's always on channel 34, 52, Telemundo, you name it. He's on it. he's all for the community. If you ever watch the behind the scenes, the countdowns, he's always
his dad, personifies the American
I think
dream.
His whole life story with his dad. I think a lot of us we all go through that. Something where our family came from Mexico, worked hard in the field, worked hard jobs
just for your
so we can have clothes on our back, so we can have a good education.
So I think everybody can relate to him, and
the American dream, man.
And he shows it out there too. Yeah. Wonderful story.
So that's the top 15 Mexican MMA fighters in history. We'll have it up on the website as well, so you guys check it out. Let us know what we got wrong.
Guys think.
Yeah. And that's it for today, right?
Yep.
So a big thank you to Mike Rio for the awesome interview. Make sure to check back next week as we'll have a preview of UFC on FX8 Vitor Belfort against Luke Rockhold. Luke Rockhold makes his debut in the UFC. So a big shout out to True Athletes Training Systems for letting us use a great facility again. A big shout out, a big thank you to Madhouse Clothing Company, one of our new sponsors now. So make sure to follow them I think on Twitter at Madhouse, right?
Yeah.
Madhouse. Check out the website, awesome clothes, awesome stuff like that. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at FiveRoundMMA. Subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube, and always check out the website, FiveRoundMMA.com. Albert, got some final words?
Yeah, speaking of True Athletes, still, they do have a special 5-day pass for free, so please check it out. I mean, it's an awesome facility. I mean, and it's 5 days for free. Can't beat that. I want to thank our producer, Guillermo Cita, executive producer, Ruben Lopez, George Carrillo, our sound technician, Ollie. Where's the choo-choo trolley? Thanks, everybody, for listening.